Hello everyone, Jacques from Dapper Shaves. Another honing video, as you're going to see, this time with a yellow lake. This is the one that comes in the red box. They are supposedly finer, more denser than the yellow one. It's a sedimentary stone, so obviously with some forces in nature, a sedimentary layer got heat up and under immense pressure, typically volcanic, and then these stones are baked or form. So this is the fine side I'm using. You'll see it's got a little bit of a white cloud going through the stone. Otherwise it's quite dark grey. This side is finished 800, as you would see. I hope you can see. And the other side's finished on 220, so that's got a bit more of a matte finish. The stone is very polished. I'm not sure the camera is going to pick it up, but it's very well polished. By the way, here's the original saw marks. The razor we're going to hone is this Japanese Frameback. I've already set the bevel with a boat on, so this is about a 3000 grit finish on here. I didn't include that in the video. I haven't really spent a lot of time with the stone, so that's what we're going to do. We are going to use this as a finishing stone and finish the edge on it, and then I am going to do a shave video following this video, and then we're going to see how this edge performs. I've also got a little diamond plate here, which we're going to use to raise a bit of slurry, just to start off with. I don't think they use these stones really with a slurry. There's very little information, or at least what I could find, around the yellow lakes. So it makes a slurry, which is a grey slurry. I'm not going to create a lot. Hopefully you can see that there. And then we're going to just slowly start honing this razor and feel what it's like. So I can tell after the first couple of strokes it's quite engaging. And I'm quite sure you can also hear the feedback. And I would suspect as we move along that cutting abrasive feeling I'm getting from the bevel will reduce as it gets cut and polished finer. The stone, as it's finished 800, it's got a very glossy, very soft, velvety feel to it, if I can put it that way. And it feels very, very similar when you've got steel across it. So if anybody's got some info about if you should slurry these stones up or not, let me know. I like doing it in any case. It's not a heavy slurry, and as we progress I'm going to also stop using slurry and just use water, and also maybe a soapy liquid. Some of the information I've read about these stones, the guys seem to find oil base to also work very, very well. I haven't got enough mineral oil here because I want to use it for another project, so we're using water. I'm a big fan of water, as you guys know. So really smooth sensation, even sensation, consistent feedback. If that's good or bad, I can't tell you yet, but it feels great. Once again, here's the stone as it's wet, and you'll see it absorbs water quite quickly. So these stones are hard, but they're not extremely hard, and one of the reasons why I'm slightly reluctant to use oil, I doubt that any will get absorbed into the stone, but that's not something I want to fiddle with now. I want to try and stick with one medium and continue along those lines. You will see there's a little white mark. This razor had significant rust on the spine, so there's a couple of rough pitting marks still. So with high pressure, that created a little mark. So the moment I saw that, I backed off. Just as a reminder, we're now doing final finishing and polishing. These stones apparently can have the capacity to deliver a 20,000 K type of edge, or 11,000. I'll have to go and check and then maybe just put in the correct thing here. I think it's more like 11,000 K if you had to compare natural to a synthetic grit. But they cut apparently very, very fine, produce a really keen edge. I don't think they are very fast stones. I'm not sure what other slates are like. If I've got to judge it, like something like a Belgian blue, which isn't really a slate, but I think they behave similar. No, I can't say that. I don't think they do. But yeah, I think slates generally is what I've read, a little bit slower than some of the other stones. And slow is definitely not a bad thing, at least for me. If you do this commercially and need to get out many razors through the front door, then maybe not. But these natural stones are known to produce super smooth, super keen edges. And this razor is just skidding, gliding across this stone, and I can feel there's still a cutting sensation. So I'm going to stop here for a moment, and I want to have a look under the microscope. With a loop, I have not microscope. Today we're going to do that without the scope. And I think in the new year I'm going to invest in something that gives a lot better optics. This is becoming quite irritating. So the edge looks really good, clean. That sandblast finish. And in fact, it's actually doing some polishing as well. You can clearly see there's a rougher area from the bolt-on and areas where that has been polished away. So actually that's encouraging to see. So let's create a little bit more slurry. I'm quite sure that this will have some kind of effect. And as you can see, you hopefully can see against the black background this grey slurry. Light grey. I'm quite sure, yeah, that's very evident on the camera. So this over time will become really dark as swarf gets added to this light grey color. The slurry from this is actually quite creamy, quite smooth, so that's also definitely not the indicator, but at least for me it shows that it's consistent and obviously very fine. It reminds me a lot of a Mojito slurry. I'm also getting a bit more resistance as the surfaces get more polished and the drag and the resistance increases. So first of all I want to thank a great supporter of this channel who sent me this stone. He also sent me another stone, Zulu Grey, of which I hope to do also a honing video. I think I've unlocked that stone. So once I'm ready, hopefully we'll see a video with that coming out. But thank you, sir, for these stones, especially this Yellow Lake, which we're working on today. It seems and feels like a great stone. It's going to all sit in how it shaves. So hopefully that goes very well. I'm going to start diluting this slurry with clean water, and then once we've got very little slurry left, I'm going to start running a soapy lubrication on it. Here, essentially just the pressure of the razor, just making sure I've got consistent even contact across the entire edge that's in contact with the stone. And then sitting and feeling and making sure I'm getting the same feedback all sides of the stone. Again, thank you for the new subscribers and the new people that's watching my content. I appreciate that. Please keep your support up. That enables me to grow this channel and continue putting content out that I think all of you have found useful thus far. It's really cutting nicely on the stone, so I'm going to essentially clean this off. And we're going to do a couple of, let's call them cleanup strokes for lack of a better word. And then we're going to include a little bit of a soapy slickness into this and see if we can further reduce the pressure and try and get the max out of the stone. Totally different feel, more of a glossy feel, less of a cutting feel. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to in-hand. That's the way I like to finish. the vacuum between the surfaces with the lube or the lubrication in between really starting to increase a lot, and it creates a pleasant sensation and a lot of resistance. And I think we've got a good shaving edge here. We'll only know once we've put it to the skin. But I've never worked with a stone before at this level, so but it feels, it reminds me a lot of the Novaculite, but it's got a bit of a more of a crispness to it, if I can put it that way. It's less glossy. It is glossy, but less. I think I'm going to stop there. I want to inspect the edge. It really looks clean. I'll find a good light source and then I'll put on the scope and make an image of this edge. But I'm happy with that. I'm just gonna quickly give this a palm strap on this latex glove, and this should treat top nicely. So first of all is a razor that tree tops or take hanging hair test is just the indicator. I actually read very little into that, especially from unknown sources. And then the reason for that is even a well set 1K edge that is quite toothy, if done properly, will pass hanging hair test. So just be aware of that. And for that matter, you can think and believe potentially the same from mine. Treetopping. Yeah, it takes the hairs. I don't want to say over eagerly, but you can feel when it does, there's absolutely no resistance. Okay, so that's the Yellow Lake. They are fantastic finishers. They're quite popular in Europe. I've never shaved off one. These Framebacks, it's got quite a stiff blade, high quality steel. They shave exceptional. I don't know this brand, but I know if I put on a proper edge, it will shave great. So look out for the midget shave, because that would be off that. I want to thank everybody for their time. This was a rather short, brief video, but I wanted to showcase the Yellow Lake. And then maybe go and have a shower with a shave and a shower within the next half an hour, and maybe record that and put out one video. I'll see you guys maybe later. Thank you for your support.